This is Kimberly Quinn, host of the Mindcraft podcast, and I can't tell you how much fun I have had doing this podcast. I started when the world closed over the pandemic in an attempt to spread some positivity out there and give people some strategies to enhance their own well being and reduce anxiety and all of that. Now, 2 years later, we're still going strong and now listened to by 52 countries across the world. And I've even helped some of my students get going with their own podcasts. It's super easy to do. And I'll tell you, if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. I'll just explain for you. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It is a ball. Start today. Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft discussion here today in September. I love this month. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm thrilled. I'm just elated to have this discussion on choosing your own greatness. We're talking about basically the self-actualizers or the limitless people out there. Like, what's going on with them that has them out there crushing it? We're not saying that every day is a good day or anything like that, but for the most part, they walk in the room and own it, and they're crushing it. And what's going on with this? And so one of the things I want to talk about is that they are the limitless, those who believe all things are possible, that no thing or nothing is impossible. And one of the first biggies to talk about is the limitless crew definitely knows that, and is aware of and embraces the divine connection, that knowing that they were put on this earth to do one unique thing and they got it down. They are receptive and listening, listening and also hearing which, finely tuned into which direction to go, which way do I go. Doesn't mean all the time. We're talking about human beings here, right? Spirits wearing different outfits, spiritual beings having human experience. So a human element is also there. So it doesn't mean we don't bump into roadblocks once in a while. It doesn't mean we don't hit speed bumps once in a while. But the difference is that this crew, when they hit the speed bump or they hit a brick wall even, they they look at this opportunity or these life lessons, right? Life gives us quizzes, life gives us midterms, life sometimes gives us final exams. The difference is the limitless crew, the self actualizers, look at each and every circumstance that happens as an opportunity for growth. And we're not saying, hear me clearly, that this isn't a super tough sell when we're going through the mud. Of course it is. And that said, when they piece it together, have time to process, they come out on top. We come out on top because we are looking at we're looking at life as happening for us and not to us. Big difference. So another way of saying this is that limitless people do not come from a place of so what Wayne Dyer, he's my inspiration today, one of my greatest teachers. We do not come from a place of deficit motivation. It's a way to be motivated, but it's not long lasting. It's not the best. So deficit motivation is when we're moved to make a change or do whatever because of we're coming from a place of lack. And again, it still can be motivating. I want to get better at this, or I want to fix that, because it's coming from a place of being defective, and lack attracts more lack. The limitless folks, we are attracted towards something, not away from something, and that's a difference. So when people are coming from a deficit motivation, they're trying to, like, sort of this in this perpetual state of thriving, trying to get someplace else, and it leaves them, it leaves those who are not currently limitless. We all have the potential, obviously. We kind of grow into it. It leaves them always striving and always, like I said, coming from a place of lack, and this leads the limited folks into this sort of perpetual state of wanting more. This promotion wasn't enough, so now I need another one. That job isn't enough, and another one. And so it has to do with being the limitless. momentum and the limitless persona and the limitless mindset, the limitless dynamic has this realization. It comes with this realization that everything we need is already on the inside. And the limitless person knows that, even if it's maybe not apparent in this minute, they know that it will be. And it will be when the universe decides that it's time. They just kind of have that confidence, have that faith. So basically we appreciate who we are and where we are. And I'm thinking of uh no, actually, wait for a second with that. So basically, we're looking for small positives, medium positives, and big positives. So even if whatever situation we're in is not ideal, even if it's really unfavorable, there are still parts of the day we can savor. Maybe it was a 15-minute chat with somebody. Maybe we got to go outside for 20 minutes, or whatever like that. It doesn't have to be ideal. It's about the attitude of gratitude, the appreciation. Because here's the thing: when we appreciate and we have the gratitude vibe energy going, more is sent to us. And the universe is going to, otherwise the universe is going to say, well, they don't, he or she or they don't appreciate what they have now. Why should I bother to send them more? And sometimes it can be hard to find something to be grateful for. And like I tell my Minecrafters at Champlain College, it's good to have a default one or two or maybe three gratitudes. So no matter what, breathing is a great one, just the deep breath. Because think of the alternative, right? Wake up and say, "Thank you, I'm back." I mean, that could have gone a different way, right? We could awakened on the other side of the dirt. I know for me, my youngest was my other one is eyesight, because I cannot imagine what it would be like to go through. Forget a whole day, like an hour, or like not being able to see anything. I can't even imagine that. And my youngest brother-in-law, Brendan, is visually impaired, almost to the point of completely blind. And I can count on one hand the times I've seen him in anything other than a good mood. He's amazing, and everything is harder. Everything is, the steps that we take throughout the day. Most of us take for granted. And I think I can't imagine going, being in his shoes for just a day, and he pulls it off and makes it look so easy. So that's one of my defaults. But breathing, we're back, we're alive, right? And then, my morning routine. Before I even wake up, I say thank you when I look out our beautiful bay window, and I think of it's another day, actually, right? Thank you. And then when I swing around and my feet hit the ground, I say thank you also. Sometimes just in my head. But I don't, and I'm thinking of my spine. My feet just hit the ground. Both legs work, both arms work. I can see, and my spine is intact. That's a lot to be thankful for. And I don't say all that. All I say is thank you. In my head, though, I'm feeling it. And this attitude is very, very important. And even if you're not in this place right now, the good news is this is a skill. It's not like the gratitude fairy waves a wand and just, bestowed the attitude of gratitude or the gratitude mindset on some and not others. No, anybody can learn it, like learning to play the piano or anything else. And once we practice, anything in general, we get better at it. This is how it works. It's the beauty of the gratitude mindset. We can learn it, and it's life changing. And as gratitude is the key to happiness, we might as well say that anything worthwhile in life takes effort. A happiness lifestyle isn't different. It takes awareness that whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, isn't working, and you want to shift out of that and lean into some happier lifestyle habits. And it takes, good old fashioned commitment and good old fashioned grit. And that's it. That's really it. One foot in front of the other. And so we're talking about the limitless, basically taking who they are and, where they are with full acceptance. We're not talking about ideal, just all of it together with full acceptance, with the focus and appreciation on what's going well. They basically, the limitless grab life by the ass in their own hands. And they look at, we look at each and everything that comes our way as an opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth. And then it's also a blessing. The Limitless are also ultra aware of basically what we're talking about, the foundation for Minecraft, which is becoming the boss of your brain, right? Thoughts come first and feelings second. So the Limitless get 100% that our thoughts create our reality, that we are the writers of our own, scripts and the captains of our own ships. And they get that. We get that very, very clearly. Again, we're not saying it's easy. It's about the journey. We're not focused. That's actually another thing. We're focused on the journey, and not the end result. It's like, not we just arrived, step off the boat and onto the island. No, it's about the boat ride, the whole journey. And also, the Limitless, we are really good visualizers, and visualization is a mental exercise. And mental exercise, sort of the cognitive equivalent of going to the gym, and lifting weights. We would say no pain, no gain, right? Well, that's not different with the brain. And often I'll equate the brain to a 2-year-old when I'm talking to my college students, because just like a 2-year-old, the brain needs constant redirection, just constant, gentle or maybe not so gentle redirection, and repetition, because the brain loves patterns and loves repetition. This is how behaviors change, right? Habits are just another word for, conditioned behaviors. And, as far as visualization, sports psychologists have been on this forever. I'm thinking of some research that was done years ago, and there's been tons, just tons and tons of it. This was a collegiate women's tennis team, and I'm not a tennis person, so I might get the words wrong. I'm more of a skiing, running, baseball, football person. But basically, the psychologists were having, two groups of women. One visualized, one just kept playing outside, doing their usual practices. And the visualizing women were sitting in a chair doing the same, being talked through the same exercises, only they weren't actually doing them, with how to land a serve into the little square on the other side, and, their forehands and backhands or whatever like that. I think it was mostly serving, if I remember correctly. And the results were insane, because after that visualization of the actual serving, the visualizing group came out way ahead as far as the accuracy of their serves. Is pretty incredible. And of course, with major league baseball players, or I'm thinking pitchers specifically, but the sports psychologist has been working with them with visualization forever. Quarterbacks, it's totally a thing. The NBA, ba 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 ba. So yeah. Okay, so to kind of wrap it up, the Limitless crew, the Limitless people out there have the traits we've discussed. They just got it going on, and we reside in a place of gratitude and alignment. Does it mean we don't get out of alignment? Of course not. But the thing is, that we're very aware. We can feel. We are sort of hypersensitive to being out of alignment. So we then work at getting back on the track, so to speak. So we're in alignment, and we reside in a place of gratitude every single day. Does it mean we don't struggle some days? Of course not. But we are listening and paying attention, just as Oprah would say, listening for the whispers to kind of guide us into the right direction. Listening and also hearing. And the Limitless crew are very aware of their higher power, call it source energy or the universe, God, or whomever. As long as there's an awareness of that divine entity that we are all connected to, this beautiful, intelligent, infinite being of love. We get it, that all of this alignment, all of this gratitude, all of this inspiration, all of this everything, our driving force is within that divine connection. All right, so that's it. And also I want to say that although I'm actually recording this about a week and a half early, this will be released on September 20th, and that is our oldest daughter's birthday. So I would like to dedicate this episode to her, because Caitlin is one amazing young lady. Okay, that's it. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful, limitless day, and happy birthday, Caitlin.